Yes, I mentioned in my previous video that I'm going to be sharing with you some habits single women should stop. Single ladies, divorcees, those that have gone through separation. Honestly, this video is going to be based on strict notions. And at this time, I understand that I am also a part of a single mother, right? But at the same time, I'm going to be as strict as possible because at this point in time, we need to be realistic with ourselves. No, we need to talk about the real thing. We need to get into business. And that is the things, or those are the things we single mothers are fond of doing. We are always trying to put ourselves in positions that will be making us feel so inferior. How about you notice that if you don't man up, if you don't woman up to some of your habits, you won't be having a good life for yourself. And I'm going to be sharing with you some of the habits I've known, I've seen, and I've been able to analyze that I feel. Honestly, not as I just feel. I believe single woman should stop. Remember in my last video, I made mention that I'm going to be sharing with you some habits single women should stop. Single ladies, divorcees, you have children, you don't have a husband, and this and that one. I understand that the situation is not a joking one, it's not a funny one. But at the same time, we need to be straight with ourselves. We need to understand the notion that goes around with this thing. This is not the time you start playing the victim role or the time you're going to making people feel sorry or feel sorrow for you. The situation is challenging, so don't make it more challenging than it used to be. So what are those things I feel single women should stop? And the things that I've actually learned over the years that I have studied that if most single mothers don't stop this, their life won't have a total turnaround. And the first thing on my list is playing the victim role. I mentioned this in the videos I shared before concerning things to avoid after separation and things you need to do after separation. But this time, this is one habit that is very common among single mothers. We understand that you have a situation, fine, you've gone through some times of life that is not okay, you've had some pain, your ex-husband has maltreated you, they have called you names, you've been beaten, you've been bullied. I understand that. But the decision you have made to leave the marriage and step up for something better and purposeful about your life, that is when you are supposed to start playing by your rules. Leave the pity to those that are not making the decision. The pity, the victim role, is not for you now. You are meant to take the victim to hero league. Just like I learned in this masterclass I learned from, there is this man, I've forgotten his name. He talked about playing the victim role and playing the hero. That is from victim to hero. I've forgotten his name. Robin Sharma. Yes, Robin Sharma. He mentioned that, and honestly, I was able to change my perspective about life, about things I've learned about life generally. You don't have to play the victim role. Your time was challenging, things have been difficult. Now, when you are out of the situation, nobody is coming into this world to nurture you. You are the one that will nurture yourself. So at that time, you need to be intentional about your life. You don't have to play the victim role. Don't let us start thinking that we're supposed to be feeling. We won't feel sorry for you, except we are seeing something tangible out of your actions day in, day out. You don't have a job, you don't have a career, you are standing in front of a mosque or in front of a gathering seeking for money to start business. Must you start business? Get a job and start from there. Look for something that will help you turn your life around. Even if you don't have help from anybody, you should be able to take up your situation. There are some menial jobs all around. There are some things you can actually do that will fetch you money as a matter of urgencies, and you can pick up your life from there. Fine, you don't have a house, you stay in your sister's house or you stay in your relative or your family's house. After a while, you must be planning to leave the house. Know that you will now be there as if they should be keeping you alive, they should be feeding you, nurturing you and your kids and the likes of them. Please stop playing the victim role. We understand your story is sorrowful, we get it, but at the same time, being sorrowful does not mean you can't change your story from hardship to success. You can't change your story from hardship to ease. Do not and stop playing the victim role. This is the time to start taking your life seriously. And the second thing I've actually learned that single mothers should stop is complaining and nagging. Most of us that we live with our children will start passing on the aggression that their father has done. We'll start matching up to them. We'll start, delivering those things to them. We'll complain, I've gone to work from morning till afternoon, I just got back, you are here, you did not do anything. You if not because of your father did this, I shouldn't be the one doing all this work. I'm doing a lot of work more than necessary, from one work to another. Really? Who would do it? You are the one that would do it. They stayed in heaven. You drew them down. They would have belonged to a better family than you had. But the fact that they belong to you, you have full responsibility to take over them without complaining. You left for a reason. Why do you have to transfer aggression from that man to the children? These children are a separate identity entirely, and whatever you are pouring into them is what you will eventually see in the future. So why are you complaining? Why are you nagging? Stop complaining. We understand it is difficult, but you don't have to complain every single day. You don't have to nag to people around you, to your friends, to your family, as if you are the one they're supposed to be nurturing or taking care of. You can't turn yourself into a liability. You are an asset, and if you don't stand up and own up to being that asset, you will never be beneficial to yourself. Please stop complaining. Stop seeking help all around. Stop asking people to help you when you can't help it. We have people that have actually started with nothing. I am one of them. I started with zero. Though things have not been working out pretty fine, but at the same time, there are changes. Changes I can actually attestify that yes, I actually created this out of my own effort, and it has been purposeful and beneficial to me. Stop nagging. And not that you now go back home. I don't go back home to nag to my children. I understand that they are only fortunate to be in this situation, not even unfortunate. They are fortunate to be in this situation. But at the same time, I'm willing to turn the whole story into something entirely new for them. You can't be complaining and nagging every single day. When you even meet a man as well, you expect him to give you the whole responsibility to cater and nurture all whatever it is. That's why some of we women, after one marriage, we end up going into another without thinking or even analyzing what has happened before. Stop complaining. Stop nagging. And the third thing I actually want, this that I've actually noticed every single woman should stop is I think it's an extension of the second one. That is yelling anger on children. You always transfer aggression on them. The way you nurture them, fine, we understand you might be disturbed emotionally, physically, mentally, socially, and whichever financially. But that doesn't mean you have to be transferring aggression on them. Some will even push their children into working their hearts off at early ages. Some will even start toiling their children's life by sending them on errands that is very, very challenging and daring to their life. Some will even tell their children to go and pickpocket and steal and do the likes of them because you are vetting anger and transferring aggression on these children. They are still very small. You are in this situation not because of them, but because of the decision you have made years ago. That is what has led you all into what you are now. You don't have to transfer aggression on any child. You don't have to transfer aggression on anybody. You are the one controlling your life, at least to the best of your knowledge, and you should be willing to put in the effort to make things better, not the other way around. And the fourth thing I've actually noticed about we single moms that we need to stop is seeking help for everything. Sometimes, most times, when I'm at bus stations, at different garages around the houses, our areas, I figure that there are some women that will bring the children on their back, on their shoulder, seeking for help, assistance here and there. But do you know what had to happen? Sometimes there was even a time that I wanted to give this woman money, but I feel that I've gone to work from Monday to Friday, and that day was my payday. I understand I want to give charity, but this woman, does she? Does she deserve the charity? Then I thought about it, she does not. Because I am looking at her just like I am looking at myself. In fact, she has a very small child. She has only one child. What is now the problem that you can't look for help within yourself to go and work? I have two children, you have just one. A baby that is still taking food or something. Why don't you put this child in daycare or wherever you're working? You don't have a certificate. You don't have this fine. Why don't you go for menial jobs that they can always take you without a certificate so you can earn a pay to take care of this child? Rather than staying in bus stops, garages, and the likes of them, seeking for help for a single child that is not even up to 5 years. And I have a 10-year-old and 7-year-old child under my roof, nurturing. So what is the problem with you single mothers? Or with us single mothers? Let me put us together because I'm also a single mom. Why do you have to seek help for everything? Today, your children wants to pay for school fees. Hello, you call your uncle today. You call your sister next tomorrow. You even call the relative of your ex-husband next year. It shows that you don't even have a decision. You are not intentional. You don't have a life within yourself. You don't have to seek help for everything. In fact, sometimes when you call your parents, they will understand that you are calling them because of a particular reason that you have actually tried to sort out, but you don't have anywhere else to turn to. The only reason I'll reach out to my siblings or my parents is because I have tried multiple times and I could not get anything. That is when I'll reach out. And if I have tried multiple times and it's not working out, I will keep trying until I figured I don't have time and I'm running out of time. You don't have to seek help for everything. We understand there are some help that you'll be needing at the beginning. That is when you start. That is when the situation is different. But within the space of 2 years, you are still calling, please help me. And my children are starving. You don't have a work. You don't, even if you don't have a business, get a job so you can do the needful on daily basis until you are able to make something out of that job. You have a business. Are you asking for the money for business, or you are owing people you are not even paying back? You always seek help for everything. Your kids, they're looking tattered, uncared. I realize that at the beginning, your kids might look uncared, but after some time, we want to see changes. We want to see you move from point A to point B. Even if you're not getting to point C, move from point A to point B. They will know you are still moving forward. You are moving towards point C. Some single mothers can seek help from anything and anything that can give anything. Stop seeking help every time. You don't need it. Act up and stand up to start taking your decisions and own your life and decisions seriously. Be intentional. You have to be intentional. And the next thing I figured that we single moms should stop is dating meant for survival. That some of us, or most of us out there, we sleep our way through with different men. And I don't end up doing what happened. This guy will give you peanuts. This man will give you something you could have actually worked for and get paid for. From one boyfriend to another daddy friend to another sugar daddy, and the cycle, the list is ending. Some of us single mothers, we don't have a job. The only thing we rely on is men and the money in their pockets and whatever it is they carry. And when they now start giving you instance before they give you money, you now be thinking like, if not because of my situation, what situation do you have? The situation you have that is not making you that is not making you sleep your way through. I want to hear it. Listen to yourself as if it is making sense. It is not. You're always dating men for survival. Get a job. Act on your business. If you want to go and do errand, girl, go and do it so that you can get back on your feet. I'm very realistic here. I've done some dirty work that I can't even continue. I've washed plates. I've done some chores for people. I've cleaned house for people that I don't even go home to tell just because of survival. But it is better for me to do that than sleep my way through with different men. You're not even considering the diseases, the infections, your body on its own. Spiritually, you'll be disconnected. Mentally, you're going to be affected. Emotionally, these guys don't have anything to offer you. You are just with them because of money, and they will make you do silly and unspeakable things because of money. Some will even rely on people, and they will lure them into activities. We understand it is difficult. The situation is hard, but that does not mean you have to be relying on men for survival. Rely on external factors. Search within you. Look for something you can actually do. I think I'm going to be sharing some of the business tips or work balance you can actually create as a single mom that will help you get your life on track. I'm going to be making that video someday. I'm sure I'm going to add it to my to-do list. There are things you can do online, offline. There are people you can work for. You can even go out to wash clothes. You go out to clean the house. You go out to prepare dishes. You go out to sell things. You be a sales girl. Errand. Yes, that is just the beginning. At some point in time, you won't be doing those things again. Yes, and that's why you even need to have a goal, a purpose for your life. You can't be doing errands girl for life. Probably there's a situation you need to tackle. At least you want to free your mind. It's just the face you want to heal as much as you can. You want to be able to miss different people. We understand. But after a while, you can't continue to be that errand girl or sales girl. You need to be able to look for something better, something worthwhile to do with your life. Single mom, please stop dating men for survival. And the next thing is wanting ex to feel sorry. Let me tell you something. One thing that is very sure about most of the exes that more than 50% of them will never feel sorry for their actions until it is too late. Yes, they won't feel sorry. And at the point is that they actually know they've done something that is not good. They've caused you pain, they've hurt you. But most men have this ego, and when it comes down to feeling sorry or saying apology, it is as if you are giving them a hell of a work to do. If they don't actually see real difference, if they don't see real changes in you, they won't feel sorry. They will only see you as another liability and they won't want you back into their life. You need to make yourself an asset. Let them know that they have lost something, not by talking, but by acting. Your actions will show that when you're able to treat yourself and pick yourself back up from wherever you are into the best version of yourself. In fact, when they come back, you yourself will be telling them that there is no room for them again in your life. You don't need them to feel sorry. They've gone. You to move on. Even if they now feel sorry after. to their own advantage or to their own disadvantage, but it's their loss, not yours. They are not coming back. They will come back. It is none of your problem. You don't have to wait for them to feel sorry. They've caused you pain. If they don't come, you need to be able to heal. And I shared that in one of my videos about the healing journey. You should be able to heal yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive them, not because you are waiting for them to come, because you are setting yourself free so that whenever they come back, they won't be coming back with the same trap they have used on you over the years to lure you back into their life again. So you won't be making the same mistake. Stop wanting them to come back. Let them go. Have a taste of a new man. Know what is going on out there. Give yourself the opportunity. Meet new people. Have a relationship. You can create a whole new life with another man, in another country, in another continent. Life does not end here. You are in Nigeria. Life is not ending in Nigeria. Go outside, and there is a man waiting for you there that is even far better than the one you used to be with. And the next habit I feel single moms should stop is not having future ambition. NFA. Some women, once they are done or they are in one man's house, they feel that is the end of their life. And when they now get out of that marriage, they don't have a purpose again. They are just living like regular people. No future ambition, no career, no motivation. They just do things like normal people. They watch from YouTube to Instagram to TikTok. They don't have a purpose. They don't have a goal. They don't have a dream. They don't have ambition. Their life is not on track. Their life is not on routine. And I shared this in one of my videos, how I got my life on track. I'm going to paste it up and down below. How will you set your life back to it to be on track? What are the things you need to put in place spiritually? You need to reflect on the past, analyze the present, and plan your future. What is that thing you want to see in yourself that in later years you will be proud that you achieved this thing? Your children will be proud that they have this person as their mother. Haven't you noticed that these children, when they grow up around you, they will grow up with the same notions and mentalities you have actually nurtured them with? And that is how their life journey will continue till they also have their own family. And it will now continue from generation to generation. No future ambition. You don't have any purpose in this life. Your own is just to sleep and wake up like normal people and be living like regular people. What else? I'm sure people like that are the least successful. And people that have ambition, that have goals, that have purpose, they are the most successful in this world. So, what is your purpose? What are you waiting for? Create an ambition for yourself. Look at your future from your own image. Look at yourself. Are you even contributing to that kind of person you want to see? Are you even living that kind of life you want to see in later years? So, you need to work on that. And the next thing I feel single moms should stop is calling their ex over and over again. You see, sometimes these men are actually the one that initiated the divorce. But at the same time, if you find yourself in this situation, it shows that there is something he's trying to avoid that has to do with you. And you yourself, there is something you need to be changing about your life that has to do with you personally. But at the same time, that does not mean you have to keep calling him back and forth. He promised to be doing this on the children, and he's not doing that. He promised to be doing. I figured that fine, you can actually call him sometime to remind him. But if he's not forthcoming, then you need to start acting up. When you've already taken the chances, you've already informed, and you've gone by the way you're supposed to, and he's still not acting up, please, my dear sister, let him go. Just behave, live as if it does not exist. Then he will question himself later that is this lady, is this girl not even thinking about me again? You want him to be in that state. That's the state you want him to be in. We don't want him to be in the state that I'm sure she will soon call me now. She can't even live without. Even after our separation, she still keep calling me. Is that the state you want him to be with? We want him to be in the state where he will be thinking, so since all these years, this lady has not even tried or she has not even made any efforts to even call me or reach out to me. Yes, that is because I have tried to call you back to what I need when I was in your home. But now that I have left with every single emotion I've developed with you and I've dumped the one that I don't need. I left with the ones that I need to continue my life. That is it. Stop calling your ex over and over again. The kids are with you. It might be defaulting, but you should be able to nurture them without his help. Yes, that's the fact. I know that we want them to be a part of their life. Some will even come and tell you that you are keeping the kids away from them. Am I going to drive them when he's not acting up? So should I keep going back and forth? If you stop calling him, then he will come back to his senses. And if he does not come back to his senses, which some men will even do, they will come back to their senses. Just ignore him and live your life. And the habit single moms should stop is living in their family house. I mentioned this in the last video, things you must do after separation. Change your location. If you're living in your sister's house, let it be for a while, or your family house. Let it be for some time for you to be able to get back on your feet. Anytime more than a year and a half or 2 years, you don't have a purpose. That's me. Except you have something you are pursuing that is taking much of your time and finance that is well understandable. Anything other than that, you don't have intention to make, you don't have purpose. You should not stay in your family house forever. Some will stay there, they will be there, and the children will now be growing up with the notion, why don't you just go and create a better life for yourself? Go out there, explore, take your chances. Take some people are so scared, and I mentioned this in the video of the fear of the unknown, things keeping women away from taking decision. That fear is keeping you back. One thing I don't toy with and I don't joke with on most of my videos is that it is not going to be easy. The journey is going to be a serious one. So that does not mean you should not take any step. You need to take action. Why are you still staying in your family house after the space of 2, 3 years after separation? What are you doing there? Go out. Even if it is a single room, go with your kids. You that have got a single room this year, by next year, you will start projecting something bigger and something more comfortable. Your kids will be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and you will still be there. People will still be looking at you with the same notion. Even if they are not telling you, you yourself, you won't be convenient, you won't be comfortable. Are you not even tired of packing your bed and laying it every night? This thing is tiring. Get a life. Get something to do with your life again. This is not the time to stop. You need to start something. And the next thing I've actually noticed that single moms should stop, that I feel single moms should stop is doubting and faulting your decision. You know the concept of doubting, Thomas, just like we African people will say. You are doubting that you have taken the wrong decision. Your decision is not right. You're doubting that, what if I fail? What if another man don't take me in? Did you live because of a man? If you live because of a man, I understand your point. But that is still not the point. You should live because of yourself. Because of your ideal future, because of your children, not because of a man. I've seen some single mothers that after separation they decided not to take any man again. Not because they don't want to be submissive, because they realize that these people that are coming to them, they are not giving them what they want. And it's going to be as if they are going back into what they said no to. Why did they have to say yes to what they said no to before? You are doubting yourself. The fear of the unknown will keep you trapped. It will keep you in a cycle that you'll not be able to move out. But you need to be able to face your worries, face your fear. It is not easy, yes, but at the same time, you have to face it. That is when you can go through. The only way is to go through. You have to go through that journey, that phase. You have to experience it. Then when you experience, you'll be able to understand that what has happened to you before was actually for a reason. And what you are going through now is what will eventually make you go forward. Honestly, don't doubt yourself. I understand it is full of that. In fact, I was there too. But that does not mean I'm living in that doubt. That doubt is just there to scare you. That doubt is just there to keep you in a dilemma cycle. But the moment you are able to let go of the doubts and understand that you've taken the best decision, then you will realize that you have more than what you need to become the best version of yourself again. Stop doubting yourself. The decision you have taken is for a reason, so don't doubt yourself. Just start taking steps. It's not going to be easy. Continue, move forward, and you realize how much you can do and how far you have come. Some of the things I've also noticed that single women should stop is neglecting their self-care. Because you're a single mother now, you don't take care of yourself. You'll not be looking at you. "Ah, it is because her husband left her. And she left her husband. That's why." Eh? I understand the first phase. I just say this. I understand that the first phase of healing might be a little bit difficult. You might be looking on kept tata. But the moment when you are able to put your life on track, you are able to come up with some notions and decisions about your life, then you need to start looking better. You don't know that there is beauty in looking good. Looking good doesn't have to cost a fortune. I'm not even applying makeup. You don't have to wear makeup every night. If you don't have money for makeup, what happens to your natural beauty? Your cream, your care, your hair. You don't have to be smelly. Take care of yourself. And I think I'm going to be sharing one of these days some videos I've noticed or some notions how you can actually care for yourself on a low budget, especially single mothers. Looking good does not have to cost a fortune. Take care of yourself. You are your greatest asset and liability. Now, the category you want to fall under now depends on you. Do you want to be a liability to yourself or an asset? Take good care of yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, societally. You need to take care of yourself. You are your greatest asset and your liability, so the choice is yours. And the next habit single mothers should stop is remarrying and at the same time not marrying. You want to remarry, fine. But the baggage you are bringing from your past relationship, are you bringing it into this fresh one? Have you tried to analyze what has happened before? Or you are still bringing that burden into the new one? Have you let go of the things that is not serving you? Have you adopted the things that are serving you? Have you analyzed your present, what you want, your situation, what has led you there? And have you planned your future, the kind of man you want to marry and settle down with in the later years? Have you done these three things? You now jump into marriage again. Bam. The kind of man you left again is now the one coming again because you yourself, you have not changed anything. If you have changed something about your mentor, the kind of person you are going to be meeting will be different from the people you have met before. Even if it is a small change you have done about yourself, that change will reflect onto what will come to you. And those that say they don't want to marry again, why is that so? Is it because you think you cannot have a better man? I am not standing on the notion of not marrying again, but at the same time, that does not mean I am not decisive. You are not marrying again. Why? You feel you can't get a better man. You feel it has turned to a tag. You feel the society will bully you from husband one to husband two and to husband three. Who cares? Why does it matter? You can always find love again over and over if you believe in love. But what you shouldn't believe in is yourself. Remarrying immediately and not marrying is not an excuse. Make your choices. Don't run into marriage. And when you are married, don't go into the marriage with the same notion of what has happened to you before. Go with a clean state of mind, a clean state of mental, a clean state of. Don't go and be a baggage or burden to another man. If you don't take care of yourself, nobody will do that for you. It is your responsibility to take care of yourself. Not marrying again is not a notion. And marrying immediately is not even a point to be addressed. The next habit I've actually learned is, and I've learned that women should stop doing, should stop, single mothers especially should stop, is having low self-esteem. You think being a single mother will reduce your chances in achieving a lot of things. Now, when I started the journey, I remember that when I'm going to work, I don't even tell people that I'm a single mother. In some ways, I feel it was working. But in most of the ways, it was not actually working. Because I realized that what that gave me was a low self esteem. I was not proud of myself. I'm seeing myself as a problem. I'm not confident in my own skin. I'm seeing myself like, oh my God, this is a time. But you know what that did to me? I was having a low self esteem. I could not present my ideal self and I was hiding my children. Why will I hide my children? Because of what? They are a part of me that will never leave. And I'm a part of them that will never. If they ask those children, do you have a mother? Do I want them to say they don't have? No, it's not right. Low self-esteem, you're seeing yourself as being inferior. One thing you should know is that what single moms are doing out there now, even the single ladies are not doing it. Because single moms are seen and they are ready, they are not ready to back down. I'm not backing down again. At my new workplace, they will ask me, sometimes questions will go there, but I won't hide. Yes, I'm a single mother of two kids. Some will even start talking. But it's not good. That is your own perspective, not mine. And that will not affect my decision. I have my reasons, which I believe they will not understand, so there is no point. You want me to talk about something like this? I will say my part, and if you're not willing to listen or adjust, it's your problem, not mine. But that will not take me from where I am to going back to the decisions I've taken over the years. It's not possible. Build your esteem. People are not mocking you because you left. People are mocking you because you are not able to do something when you left. It is not about now, it is about before and the future. Now is just an intermediary between what has happened before and what will happen later. So, what are you doing about now that will change your future? Stop having low self esteem. Put yourself out there, grow. Look at how the way things are done. Eliminate, copy those that are successful. Walk the path. They have walked the path for you. Now, inculcate the habit, put it into your daily life. Grow so that your children, when they grow older, they won't have the same low self. You'll be able to stand up out there and tell your children that before you even tell them, they would have learned and seen from you that you are a picture. You are a mirror they are using to reflect. Develop your esteem. And the habits I've actually not seen, or that I've seen that I think is part of the habit single mom should stop, which is going to be the last of my list, is not loving again. At a point, I felt that falling in love with a guy, going into relationship again, it's going to be challenging. But I figured that sometimes the kind of belief we are bringing from our past relationship is affecting, and that affected me. I was thinking, who will love me as much as I have loved myself? And that's the fact. Nobody will love you the way you do. But at the same time, that does not mean somebody cannot love you the way you do. They are two different things. There is no love somebody can give you that will be up to the love you give to yourself. But that does not mean somebody cannot love you like that. People's hearts are so big that it can contain anything. It is 100% for every single love you have. You can't have 50% of your love for their father and have 50% for the children. 100% for the children, 100% for the man. But it will get to a point and that the love will reduce, fine, but that does not reduce the amount of love you are giving to people. You never can tell what is out there waiting for you if you don't put yourself there. You have to try. You have to keep up with the pace. It is not easy, yeah. But at the same time, that does not stop you from loving again. In fact, there was a time I met one very small guy. He's a university graduate and he keeps telling me he's going to marry me. Imagine that age to my age. At the point, I was like, I do like him. I don't know if I actually love him, but I do like him. But at the same time, I don't want to deprive him of the opportunities he could actually get. He needs to explore and see what is out there. Then, if he should come up with a decision, oh well, and if I feel the same, fine. And if I don't, oh well. So that is it. People will love you for who you are, but that should not stop you because something has happened. That should not stop you from loving again. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post a video like this, you will be the first one to notify. In my next video, I'm going to be sharing with you some habits that I have seen that usually put real men away. You see, there are some things that men like in women, but there are some habits where women usually portray that is actually putting these people away. And I'm going to be sharing that in my next video. Until I see you in my next one. Bye.